Hello everyone, this is the Angry DM. Welcome back to Angry Plays Metroid Prime, Part 7? Yeah, it must be Part 7. I just put Part 6 up on YouTube today. Got some people already hanging out in the chat. Mad Adventurers here, Derabim, Kutsumigaki, Muda's Life 99, hello there. A few other people looks like lurking. So we're going to be picking up where we left off. I had actually, as I cut off last time, we were just about to make our second and final foray into the Phazon Mines. Hopefully to permanently disrupt the plans of the space pirates digging up Phazon and wow, yeah, whatever the story was. You know, Metroid's not one of those games you play for the story. Muda's Life is saying, I love Metroid, and Kutsumigaki says, hooray for Samus Prime. Yeah, I love Metroid, and Metroid Prime is my second favorite in the franchise after Super Metroid, and followed by Metroid Fusion, and I'm sure I'm going to lose some people just for admitting that, but I really loved Fusion. Demystics is Kutsumigaki, apparently. I hope you don't expect me to remember that. I was kind of focused on the chat for a second there. Kind of forgot everything. Alright, so we're going to be heading back into the Phazon Mines. There were a couple of things I had forgotten to pick up, or was unable to pick up because I had run out of power bombs. And I can't remember if it was on this or on my personal playthrough, but I had this tendency to keep forgetting that I could see the stealth pirates with the thermal visor. So I was I was really getting hammered by them. And there was also a part I was getting hammered because I was trying to get the scan off them. Because once again, we're going to try and get 100% scans on this. And I will show it off at some point, but last time as we ended, I had picked up the plasma beam, which is really a great weapon, but I'm limited to using the wave buster here because of these space pirates that are shielded to everything but the wave beam. Color coded for their convenience, for your convenience. You'd think, considering this was the third or fourth time that I came through here, they'd at least think about like maybe spray painting their armor. Oh, got caught on the wall there. Maybe like paint themselves a different color. I do still have a little bit of trouble switching weapons on the Wiimote. The GameCube had it bound to the C stick, so it was actually a little bit quicker and easier to just change. And I see that the chat is being a little bit active, and I'll take a look at it in a second once I get through this pirate gauntlet and see what people are saying. Whoa. I wonder how long that guy was waiting up on the ceiling. Just hanging up there. Any minute now. Alright, so now with the power bombs, we can blow open this gate, which is Bendesium. No, but actually, Derabim is taking responsibility for my getting hammered by the stealth pirates. But you were absolutely right. I had not scanned them before. I assumed that I had scanned them. The saga of me trying to 100% this with the whole scan thing, basically, it's just every time I screw something up or make some kind of ridiculous assumption, and like, speaking of nothing in particular, so here we have the fourth and final charge up, charge combo. So, you know, works the same as the super missile and the ice spreader and the wave buster. This is the flamethrower, and it's kind of similar to the wave buster, only it sucks. So you charge up the plasma beam and then fire off a missile, and you get this flamethrower effect that kind of rapidly eats up your missiles. I find it's a little bit shorter range than the Wave Buster. It doesn't have the automatic lock-on the way the Wave Buster does. Oh, I come out the other side of that later on. So it doesn't have the automatic lock-on that the Wave Buster does, and I'm not sure, but I think it's a little bit shorter range. I didn't have time to switch to my thermal visor, I just kind of... Oh. What is also effective, as an alternative to the thermal visor, is just setting them on fire. That also makes them quite easy to see. Whoops. Damn it. Ow! Samus just concussed herself trying to... actually, I think we've got, what, power beam troopers in here? Oh, right. Okay, so... This tank is made of Bendesium, and we can unleash the elite pirate within. But the deal is... Hello, Monkey Nojito! But the deal is, this is not actually an elite pirate. This is different from the 2 or 3 other elite pirates. This is the Phazon Elite, which counts as a separate scan. And this is one of those things that has tripped me up on previous 100% playthroughs. It functions just like the Elite Pirate, including its vulnerability to the super missile. But you can see it puts up its hand to absorb weapons. It has the same lightning quake attack. And it just sort of lumbers around. And like most creatures in life, if you hit it with enough missiles in the face, you know, it loses all of its superpowers. Monkey Nojito is asking, was this on 64 or GameCube? This was originally on the GameCube and then re-released on the Wii. And that is yet another artifact. We're getting close to having all of the artifacts we need. Though, after we get through the Phazon Mines, then there is going to be one of those delightful, that wasn't locked on there. One of those delightful item collection ventures where we have to go through the world and just get the last few remaining things that are missing. Including, a couple of artifacts you actually can't pick up. Well, there's actually one that you absolutely cannot pick up until you have the plasma beam. Oh dear. Oh, damn it, that knocked me right off. I was trying to ignore the other turret and just make a run for it. There is just enough knockback in this game to be a real pain in the ass, I'll say that. Hey, and Demystix is here now. Demystix, you missed someone new. There was someone named Kutsumi Gaki. Seemed like a really cool person. You probably would have liked them. Maybe they'll come back later. Whoop. And now, because we opened up the quarantine cave, the Metroids have escaped. I'm trying to remember. I think I want to go up to the second level. I actually, if I wasn't stopping to pick up the flamethrower... Oops. Second level, I guess, is yellow. Or third level is yellow. Right. Whoops. So if I haven't talked about the Metroids before, I must have. We've encountered them a lot. Yeah, okay. So I think go up to the third level and then drop back down to the second level is what I want to do. Oh, caught on the force field there, huh? It's like a cat trying to get through a glass door. If I had to level a complaint, the only thing I would say is that the Metroids in this game are a little bit weak. You know, they're not nearly as badass and terror-inducing as they are supposed to have been from previous games. And I don't know if I pointed this out last time, but we can actually see that we are right alongside the impact crater where the Phazon meteor struck, and you can see the Chozo Temple above it, which will be our final destination. The pirates have been trying to dig into the impact crater because they have detected an extremely powerful life form therein, and they would like to weaponize it. And that, of course, is the titular Metroid Prime. Yeah, I hope it's right. I love the plasma beam. It's got such a satisfying impact to it. Nah, I don't want to go through the maintenance tunnel just yet. We'll take the elevator down. Take the maintenance tunnel on the way back. Except that's the way I came in. Yeah, okay. Hey, gremlins! Thanks for showing up. Oh, I could have sworn there were pirates up here. The pirate theme is still playing. Oh, there we go. The pirate theme is still playing. You can tell that they're still around because they're still playing their theme song. You know, that's the stealth pirates there. Whoop. Went the wrong direction. Hey, Dice App! Long time no see. I got wave troopers incoming. I do apologize. I'm a little out of it tonight. My commentary is not nearly as sparkling as it usually is. As I was saying to those who showed up before I really got started, it's been a week of I guess emergencies. Had a little bit of a medical issue and had to get that taken care of. But I'm doing much better now. I'm just a little shot, and I actually wasn't going to stream, but then decided that I needed the you know, the fun of it. Besides, honestly, you know what? I've been at this now for what, 6 or 7 weeks. I want to be done with this at this point. Move on to something else. Meanwhile, I've been playing, I had been playing Echoes, because I had never beaten that one, and actually did finally make it to the end, first time, and I actually managed to get 100% item completion on it, which, it took me like 20... Ah. Oh, I don't want to beat... I don't think this guy is a unique scan. I think he's just another elite. Yeah, he's just another elite. He's just kind of a pain in the ass to fight because of the tight quarters. But, honestly, at this point, 2 or 3 super missiles to the face, and he's done with. Whoops. Alright, there we go. Taken care of. Now let's go save. And now we'll... This is as far as we had gotten into the Phazon Mines last time. Domestic says, he's blue, use the blue attack on him. Yeah, right? I love that. I love that color coding. I was commenting on that earlier. It's kind of... You know, it's so helpful. So now, this is as far as we had gotten into the Phazon Mines last time, where we blew up the dynamo. And actually, if we go under the floor here, and pop out the other side, and not spring out into the hallway, we can actually deactivate the turrets just by scanning that. What is in there? Ooh. Bioform life signs are at flatline. Yeah, I would say so. It's 3 pieces. So these little... Oh, no, I was wrong. I was going to say these little tanks are Phazon, but... And now we're back to scanning for the last of the pirate data. Just to make sure that we get it all. You know, honestly, they really have to work on their... Like, did they get discount biotanks? Because every time I walk into a room and they have the biotanks storing the Metroids just pop right the frig out. Like what did they go down to, like the biological supply, you know, surplus store? This, I do like the music is very, or the sound effects are very creepy here. And in general, it's very atmospheric. This game does a really... Stop dodging. What is with this Metroid? He's just like going in a circle. Like, I think the Phazon got to that one. Whoop. I didn't quite get it. Oh, I did! That's... interesting. I froze him on me. I've never seen that happen before. Yeah, okay. So now down here in the heart of the Phazon Mines, we have the giant mushrooms. And the reason we couldn't proceed any further is because we couldn't see those platforms. There are invisible platforms throughout this area. So that's how this area was gated. Ah, damn it, I heard a Metroid. The Metroids are actually vulnerable to the power bombs. You can just power bomb them and kill them in one shot. Also, if you come into contact with the Phazon, it will damage you. And it does glow with heat. It's actually a little bit easier to navigate down here with the thermal visor. Only because of the way everything glows. The mushrooms radiate heat. And the Phazon radiates heat. And I'm going... And I don't know why I was doing that. But then we have to switch back to the X-ray visor, which allows us to proceed along the invisible platforms, and also shows us that this wall is actually hollow, and we can get through it. Oh, right. and this wall, the problem with the X-ray visor is, of course, you can see through it, so you just end up walking into a wall. And now we can use these spider ball tracks to make our way up to a hidden power-up. I think a missile pack in here. Yeah. I don't know, the chat seems to be making fun of space pirate tech, but I'm kind of missing it. Darn it, I almost had that. Oh. I'm not moving fast enough. So the game is prodding me once again. I really could just turn off the internal hint system. But see, I'm not that far from the target, and I'm obviously moving toward it, so just chill out. That was the other thing, when I played through Echoes, I made it much harder on myself because I turned off the hint system. Ultimately, the playthrough took like 21 hours, I think, was the final count. Which, comparatively, I think this game is going to take about 10, maybe 12. I don't want to be bothered with those stupid beetles, so... The stupid burrowers. And now we head down to Phazon Mines level 3, the final level. Mad Adventurer says pirates are not usually so heavy into the sciences. Yes, but these are space pirates. You know, everything is better in space. Honestly, the space pirates are fairly advanced, and there's a lot, like, corruption. I dropped down into the Phazon on purpose because there is a missile pack down here, and I don't feel like coming back for it later, even though I am going to have to come back for something later. But, corruption is a little bit, corruption sort of implies that the space pirates are a species by themselves, that it's not really a an organization. And they are, the space pirates are actually a unique species. In Prime 3, you do actually visit their homeworld. I don't know why I'm insisting on doing this the hard way. Alright, so heading along the ground first in this cave allows me to find, unless I'm wrong, could have sworn it was in this cave. I could be wrong. I hate that crackling, the Geiger counter noise. It makes my skin crawl. I don't know why. I think I've said that before. Anyway. You have to use the mushrooms to proceed. You can't get through this room on the ground level. And we have yet another one of nature's grapple points. The glider. Which is the only way to get across this room. I don't feel like I'm getting enough. Yeah, I really wasn't. I just wasn't getting enough, momentum on that. That was weird. Alright. Well, there's nothing more fun for a live stream than trial and error gameplay. So maybe after this I'll do I Want to Be the Guy. I'll just bind, you know, reload save to my fire button and call it a day. And that time I missed the mushroom. Holy crap on a cracker. It's gonna be a good one tonight. The chat is still making fun of the whole space pirate thing. Mad Adventurer refers to it as the classic location job naming convention. Alright, there we go. That's a little bit better. There we go. We got through it. And then we encounter a block of benbidesium. And then, whoops. Oh, right. The disappearing platforms. I'm not paying any attention at all. So the trick here is to use the boost ball to get all the way across. And although we can use the bomb to get through here, the Phazon will microwave us in our suit like a baked potato at this point, so we have to proceed in this direction. And now we get into a darker cave where we have no choice but to use the thermal visor, because hey, you gotta get the mileage out of it somehow. I will say, I think that at certain points this game did go a little bit overboard with its visor gimmicks. Ah, the other Metroid got in my way while I was firing the missile off. While the missiles are, while the Metroids are stunned with that little electrical thing, you can't actually hurt them. I also don't like how when you have to switch to morph ball mode, it shuts off your whatever visor you currently had active. And this is the cave that I was thinking of before, where I stayed on the ground for a reason. And that reason is because hidden underneath this circle of mushrooms, down here deep in the Phazon Mines of Talon 4, of course, there's a fairy circle because reasons. I know I seem to be being careless with my hit points, but I'm okay. And now we have to grapple across. This grapple spot is actually kind of a pain because you can overshoot that mushroom like I just did. Yeah. Like that. Which I did purely to show it off. I don't know why my grapple beam didn't lock on there. Going for the wrong mushroom. There we go. Then I gotta turn the beam off so I can see what color the door is, because all the doors look red. And then for some reason in this room we have invisible bamboos. They don't function any differently. They're not a separate scan. They're just invisible. Crap, I missed the mushroom there. No explanation is given. These ones are just invisible. But then I guess... Yeah, right. And I think we're getting close to the... Oh, okay. So these are the final color-coded pirate troopers. These are the plasma troopers, which fortunately do not show up until you actually have the plasma beam, because that would be awkward. I guess I'll try out the flamethrower. I guess the flamethrower is kind of cool. Alright, and now with that, we can get across. Getting very creative with their spider ball tracks now. And you actually have to jump to be close enough to hit that grapple beam, but you don't have to jump forward. So, you know, you can... If you miss it, you can just land back on the platform you were on and not fall into the Phazon. I guess that guy doesn't see me because I'm on the other side of the force field. So this whole section... The idea is that these are their quarantine caves where they keep the Metroids, where they allow the Metroids to feed off the Phazon. Whoops. I guess I don't want to worry about scanning yet. First I want to... You know, 10 hours now I've been playing this game. At some point, I will stop accidentally switching visors when I mean to switch beams. And before we head out the doors, I think, yeah, we have a Cordite, which is Super Missile. And again, you can kind of hear the sound warbling. Mad Adventurer says maybe the Bombus aren't invisible. Maybe they're painted exactly the same color as their environment. And Demistic says maybe they're X-ray colored. So here we have, I think this is the last pirate lore. The space pirates are talking about weaponizing the Phazon with a platoon of Phazon elite pirates, which okay, so I just wanted to make sure I didn't miss any. I'm just going to take a quick look at my logbook because I think I now have all of the pirate data. Alright, and all of the Chozo lore. Yep. And should have all the research entries. Which means at this point it comes down to if I was diligent about scanning every creature in the game, then after the last boss of the game, I will have actually had all of the scan data. Meanwhile, here we have a save point. Alright. And a save point this deep into the Phazon Mines can only mean one thing is coming. While I take a swig of coffee. And that is an upcoming boss fight. Now, the last scan data I got, the last GPS scan data was, indicated that they detected Phazon on a mobile source. And, you know, everything's been talking about this Project Helix and these elite Phazon space pirates. So, doing kind of a good job of foreshadowing the next boss. Yet another guy who is like, alright, Barry, you know, you get into ventilation shaft 17B. And you wait in case every other space pirate loses to Samus. And of course, here we have a frozen pipe for absolutely no reason whatsoever. Except that, oh, so you need the plasma beam. Actually, I guess the reason is because there are those frozen ice walls back in whatchamacallit, back in Phendrana Drifts. So maybe the idea there is to encourage you to go back there now, in case you didn't figure out that the plasma beam can melt ice. Okay, so you can actually get the scan off the Omega Pirate before he comes out. And then I like how Samus just walks up to the tank and it's like, even though numerous other pirates have burst out of their containment and killed me. So this is the Omega Pirate. He's the boss of the Phazon Mines area. You'd see that he's got pretty much the same bag of tricks as the other elite pirates. He absorbs your beam weapons if he's got his hand up, and he does that lightning blast. But the trick is that he's got 4 Phazon armored points on his body, and you've got to blast the armor off of him to make him vulnerable. And it's a little tricky because he tries to keep his right side to you. So it's actually a little bit tricky to get his, or I guess he tries to keep his left side to you because he's got his beam catching mitt. So it makes it a little bit hard to knock out the armor on the other side. Also, further complicating it is the fact that he's got these pools of Phazon around the arena, which will become important later. And if you try to stay too close to him, he'll step on you like that. But the thing is, it's actually entirely possible to just out-damage him if you know the trick to dealing with him. Because now what he's going to do, and I'm going to get ready for it, is he is going to turn invisible. Whoops, and I have the wrong thing on. And then he is going to go back and reabsorb Phazon to armor his body. And in the meanwhile, he summons a couple of space pirates. And then when you hear his laugh, he has now reappeared over one of the Phazon pools. And you want to find him and quickly damage him, and then wait for him to laugh again so that you can find the pool that he appears by. And if you can do enough damage to him before he restores his armor, you can kill him without having to do a second run on him. Actually, like that. So I made that look really easy, but usually you have to go through at least a second run where you have to blast all the armor off him again just to finish him up. But he is very vulnerable to the super missiles. 3 super missiles take him off, and then he falls on Samus. Darabim says, Phazon armor, that's silly. The point of armor is to protect yourself from harm. Phazon is a harmful substance. Actually, I'm actually going to sit here and explain the plot. I assume that you were making a joke, and I should just shut up. Sorry. Anywho, meanwhile, Samus now has the Phazon suit, which protects her from Phazon radiation, because a creature that was mutated by Phazon radiation fell on her, and that's how science works. And before I go forward, I'm actually going to head back for a moment. Oh, look at that! The Metroids escaped from their containment again. Jesus, I swear, why not just like keep them in tissue paper? I've been at zoos with better security than this. Domestic says, eat its heart to gain its strength. Yeah, that's pretty much it, you know. It's sort of a little bit of Mega Manning there, I guess. Oh, I never noticed that the explosive boxes glow red in the thermal visor. You'd think they would, you know, thermally stabilize their explosives a little bit. That's got to be a safety concern. Anyway, I have to head back just a little ways so that I can pick up something before I head out of the Phazon Mines forever. Fortunately, once I'm through, I do not have to go back. Also, with the Phazon suit, Phazon now does not hurt me. Which, honestly, it's funny, but the whole Phazon not hurting you thing isn't really as much of a boon as it seems like it should be. Oh, I forgot the invisible bamboos are in front of me. And of course, they're attracted to your charge beam, so if you just hold the charge beam out in front of you, they'll run into it, and then you can release it. Get off me! Oh! Interesting. So this is a little bit of a different Metroid here. These are the ultimate Metroids in this game. The fusion, or the fission Metroid. Okay, so what happens is, if you do enough damage to it, with pretty much any beam weapon, but it will split into 2 color-coded Metroids, each of which is only vulnerable to the beam of the appropriate color. So there we got a red one, and we got a white one. Yeah, so that's the fission Metroids. I didn't realize this place got restocked with fission Metroids. I guess I should have. I guess I did know that. The fission Metroids actually will be taken out in one shot without splitting with the Phazon, or with the power beam, power bomb. And then we can actually get across here to this room, except I missed the jump again. Huzzah. So we'll actually just head across the room. And hopefully just... Metroid just rammed me. I wasn't in the mood. Okay. And the reason we come back is to come here. Because now, being completely invulnerable to Phazon, we can get through this tunnel with the 17 bombable... Why is that even necessary? And grab... I'm pretty sure this is the second to last of the Chozo artifacts now. No. No, I'm missing 3 of them, huh? Huh. Okay, well. Well, that's okay. Everybody loves item collection, right? Alright, well anyway. Now we can get out of the Phazon Mines, but fortunately, there is a shortcut. I believe... I can't remember who it was. Someone in this, someone in my chat dubbed this the Skyrim loop. Ah, haha. Didn't overshoot. Where after you complete the objective, there is basically an easy way back to the entrance. You know what? Don't even care. Get out of my way. Yeah, this one I can't fake my way past. But I think these ones are just... Yeah, come here. Okay, these ones are just normal Metroids. Come on. I hate the ice beam. The rate of fire is just too damn slow on this thing. I'll take the power bomb ammo. And we're just about... Yeah, you know, honestly, though, I've been spending so much time with this game, I've sort of, I guess, run out of stuff to say about it, really. I mean, the problem is... Thematically speaking, the Phazon Mines are kind of the least interesting area. It's just this... There's not really any big set-piece type stuff to it. It's all just these, you know, it's all just industrial corridors and caves, and mushroom caves. And it's sort of a pain in the ass because it's another the floor is lava type level. You know, where you have the, you go through and you have the, without the Phazon suit, you have to avoid the Phazon floors. And then you get the Phazon suit, and then it's trivial, but you don't even have to... So this is really where the missed opportunity was with the Phazon suit, because there is a shortcut back up to the surface. So you do have to go back and get that one artifact. But after that, then we just take this shortcut back up to the surface, and we never come through here again. And we don't, believe it or not, you don't even really, I don't even want to deal with you guys. Go away. And believe it or not, you don't really deal with Phazon anymore. I mean, you do, but in the last area of the game, there were these Phazon deposits. You're not going to leave me alone, are you? So in the last area of the game, there are these Phazon deposits, but they are so powerful that they burn right through your Phazon suit. So as quickly as the game gives you the Phazon suit, it immediately becomes useless. I could have sworn that there was an energy tank up here. In fact, I know there is... Oh, it's... Okay, it's in the next room over. Got it. Darabim is asking if the Phazon suit reduces damage at all. I think so, but it's kind of hard to tell. I don't really pay attention to how much damage I take. Did that Metroid just, like, fall into the Phazon and die? And I think that's another fission Metroid. And the Metroids, I guess, have been overexposed to Phazon at this point. So now we have to climb our way up and out of this... this is, I believe this room is called Phazon Processing. But before we make our way all the way out, there is a hidden missile tank in this room. One of the hardest ones in the game to find, to be honest. There's almost no cues for it at all. Please stop shooting at me. Hey, I finally actually managed to change my beam without changing my, without trying to change my visor first. So standing here, I can hear the power-up, the hidden power-up sound. And I think... Or is it above me? Yeah, nah, it must be below me. Yeah, there it is. It's actually hidden in that section of wall. And I don't even think, like, the section of wall isn't even scannable. You just have to happen to look at that section of wall with the X-ray visor to find this one. Whoop. Apparently I've lost voice. Hold on. Alright, is my voice back? Testing, testing, testing. Okay. Okay, a false alarm, apparently. But either way, then I fixed it. Oh, O-Dog was making a joke about dropping mics. Or someone made a joke about dropping mics. Okay, I'm sorry. I assumed that meant that my mic had actually dropped out. Clearly. And I obviously didn't need to explain that. Anyway. So, again, the trick with that... With the, is that audio cue that you listen to, that warble warble noise that indicates that there's a power-up hidden there. And, the deeper you get into the game, the more different ways the game... Ah, fuck. the more different ways the game has to hide the power-ups, and the bigger the rooms get. So, you know, you hear that noise, and if you're searching for the power-ups, you're, you know, then you're switching to every visor, you're looking at every wall. Unfortunately, one of the visors will usually give it away. You know, if not the scan visor, then either the thermal visor or the X-ray visor. But even so, I mean, some of them are very hard to find. But then, you know, that's kind of par for the course for Metroid. Is, you know, they expected it to take 2 or 3 tries. Oh, and this actually leads... Where does this lead? Because I actually want to go up one more level. Oh, I know where this comes out. So this is the other side of that rock slide. The Bendesium rock slide. Which is in here on the other side of the Elite Pirate. Guys, I was just showing off where the exit was. Alright. Do we go after her? Nah. I'm getting back up in the ventilation duct. She'll be through here again. Hey, Bob, I got an idea. What if we switch armor? Alright, you be red, I'll be purple. It'll confuse the hell out of her. Alright, and now we can go up the spiraling spider ball tracks of... Because it's a video game, that's why. And hopefully not get shot and knocked off the thing, because if you get shot, you will get knocked off the, Whoop, nah. I had it once. Now I can't even get the right beam. That was supposed to be a super missile. There we go. Okay. This room is really cool. We basically climb all the way to the top of it. Turret deploy. And the problem is, like, you don't have much room to strafe. So it's like you just kind of have to take the damage if something starts shooting at you. And then, of course, at the very, very tippy top of the platforming section is the one moving platform that if you miss it, you have to go through the whole thing again. Mad Adventure is saying, who builds like this? Because video game, that's why. I've said it before and I'll say it again. I am not going to apologize in any way for Metroid realizing that it is a video game and just going ahead and being a cool video game. So... Gremlin says, could be worse, could be me at the game table tonight when we're in a tense scene. I belch super loudly. I clearly need to be paying more attention to the chat. So now that exit brings us out to the other side of Magmore Canyon Caverns, and interestingly enough, we can actually see again the impact crater outside Magmore Canyon Caverns. So I'm not sure. I wonder how well this game actually lines up. Like, do all the elevators line up with the areas that they lead to? And, you know, is there like that? Is there an actual like space to it? I don't know what I'm trying to say. Kind of like how Dark Souls, all the areas actually interconnect the way they interconnect. So the whole game is one big physics object. I mean, not like... I mean, it's just one big, like, map that you can lay it all out. I don't know what I'm saying. Forget it. Anyway. So what's coming up next is a whole bunch of item collection. And... I'm trying to decide if I want to do this tonight or just call it a night. It's kind of a pain in the ass. And Mad Adventure is saying, I'm sorry, Mr. Chozo Architect. I know you're thinking 500 years down the road when someone needs to recover the ancient artifacts to save the world, but we here at the Planning Commission have to think about using these facilities today. Blueprints denied. I really liked that. That was great. Alright, we're going to do a little bit of item collection. So, settle in. This is the most fun... The backtracking. Because now we've pretty much cleared the whole game. And... you know, now is the time to... Whoops. Now is the time and go back and get all of the items that we've missed. Which I believe at this point... 3 artifacts. What do we got? 1 energy tank, 5 missile packs. And then that should be it. So the first of the missile packs going to be here. This is the cave where we fought Thardus. Now that we have the grapple beam, we can get up in here. And... yeah, Deribim is hoping that I'm going to wax philosophical on being a DM. On the whole backtracking thing. You know... Whoop, don't fall off, don't fall off. I don't want to have to climb back up. I don't know. You know, it's... Ooh, can I just grab the... Oh, damn it. Alright, I guess I gotta go do the spider ball thing. Which isn't actually so bad. Yeah, I don't know, backtracking, it's... Because as I'm playing the game, you know, I'm trying to keep one eye open for various tricks and techniques that you can use as a DM. And you know what? Backtracking is one that never really finds its way into D&D. And I guess that's not a bad thing, because backtracking can be annoying if done wrong. And my own personal feeling on it is that maybe Metroid Prime does a little bit too much of it. You know, it's a little bit much. Like this whole going back to collect all the artifacts, especially because, like I said, you don't have to, like, you don't know that the artifact collection is coming. Trying to remember. This is the part where I now try to remember where I'm trying to remember which 4 missile packs I have not gotten yet. And where they are. So, yeah. This is going to be fun. Alright, well, I know I have to go through the research core, but we'll get that on the way back. Alright, fine, we'll do it this way. Since the pirate missiles knocked me down into the water, we'll take the lower level. So, I mean, the thing is, one of the most satisfying reasons to backtrack is to face challenges that had previously been difficult for you, and now are trivial, because it's a sign of how much you've grown. And to some extent, I guess, like, tabletop RPGs don't need that, because there's always a metric. You know, there's some measurement for how much you've grown. You know, you've gained levels. You know, you have new spells, you have new magic items. But it is... And most of the time, a DM is not going to waste time anyway on... Yeah, I gotta go to Phendrana's Edge. That's where I want to get to. A DM is not going to waste time anyway on challenges that are trivial. So if you do have to revisit a place that you had gone to at some point in the past, again, you're not going to, you know, the DM is going to repopulate it with challenges that are appropriate to your level. And I think maybe at points that might even be a missed opportunity. You know, I mean, you can do some good things with it too, like you repopulate it with the creatures that moved in after whatever you defeated was driven out. But I think in general, the whole idea of going back and dealing with stuff when you're very, very powerful for it is undervalued in D&D. Another reason for backtracking is sort of... Jesus, it's like World War III in here. Sort of to revisit an old area and see it in a new light. You know, like maybe... Damn it. You know, like discover things that you hadn't noticed the first time through. And that's also something that requires a lot of planning on the DM's part. Like, you would have to plan these areas in, you know, like, whatever dungeon it is, to not be found the first time around on the assumption that sometime later the players are going to come back to it. And I don't think most DMs plan their campaigns and their series of adventures to that degree. You know, and I get maybe to some extent you don't even want to. Maybe to some extent you want to take advantage of, you know, being able to improvise and being able to take the game wherever the game happens to go. But, you know, you do sort of miss out on some of the really cool stuff that can be accomplished. Oh, there we go. Find what I was looking for. Ow, I hit the wall and lost my... Damn it all. You know, like, I've often thought about running the Mega Dungeon campaign that was planned out to the extent that, like, a Super Metroid or a Metroid Prime was planned out. I would love to build that dungeon that starts with the assumption that the dungeon is the campaign, and that there is sort of a critical path through it, and that there are all sorts of optional objectives and side paths and whatever to explore, and just see how well such a dungeon could be put together. You know? Alright, don't bump the wall. There we go. Made it. You know, I would love to do something like that. And then, you know, one of the things I would do is presuppose that there was going to be backtracking. And use a lot of the video game techniques. Like backtracking, like shortcutting. Right, okay, so right behind this wall, if you happen to look at it with the X-ray visor, you will see that there is actually a hidden door. And actually, the clue for the artifact leads you here. It says that they're, you know, search for the unseen cave at the top of Phendrana or something like that. But anyway, if we keep going up now, Mad Adventurer says one presumes that you would not take the world's largest dungeon approach to that super dungeon. And no, I absolutely would not. The world's largest dungeon was a neat idea, but at the end of the day, it was just a big, giant map with, you know, every encounter imaginable under it. You know, and I believe that was part of the gimmick of it too, was that that it was that it used every creature in the monster manual, right? I actually own it, but I haven't looked through it in a long time. So anyway, for our next stop, we have to head back to the gravity cave, where we got the gravity suit. Oh, except I should have been completely underwater. I should have taken the lowest path. Yeah. Though actually, come to think of it, there's an item in here too. So oh, but I think I gotta get at it from the other side, don't I? Because I can't... Okay. Oh no, okay, I know what I can do. There is a path back up to the entrance. Alright, so there is an item hidden in here too. I got turned around on this route. Usually I come through here to get to Phendrana's Edge. I don't think I've got enough momentum. I think the glider was a little bit too close. Oh, I made it. Alright. So from up here, we can see this stalactite. Which isn't breaking. Alright. There we go. And that'll actually break the ice and let us get that missile pack that's underneath the ice down there. Here it is. Alright, 235. There are, I don't know if I've mentioned this, there were a total of 250 missiles that you can get in the game, so we're pretty close to the end. And I think I know where the last... and this is... Alright, so this is the way back to Phendrana's Edge. So I think we're actually on track for 100% here. I am just having a little bit of trouble remembering where the last artifact is. Oh, okay, I remember. Oh, good. I was actually a little bit worried about that. Like, if I can't remember where the artifact is, that's gonna put a stop to this. Alright, so, yeah, so Super Dungeon, my dream Super Dungeon. Like, I don't know, it would be a really fun project, and actually, I think at this point, if I did it, you know, I might actually just, like, set up a WordPress or a Tumblr for it, and just, you know, as I built it, just release it to people. Or, you know, just, like, publish it on the internet, and then anybody who wanted to could use it. I think it would be a fun project. You know, I mean, I admit, at heart, I am an old schooler. Like, I still have that... I still have the love of the location-based adventure, the site-based adventure, you know, the dungeon, but I don't want to call it a dungeon because that kind of... You know, people are almost ashamed to use the word dungeon nowadays. Like somehow running a dungeon adventure is less cool. But, you know, it all depends on what sort of engagement you want to get out of your game. You know, like, You know, it's not like... Even this game, you know, there's a lot of depth to it. Certain... Well, I'm like... Oh, the bamboo hit the water and exploded. That was weird. So here, if we melt the ice, we expose a grapple point. And... Whoops. Slipped and fell into the water. Oh. And I think I gotta grip it from here. No? I'm on the wrong side. I have no clue. The layout of this cavern confuses the hell out of me like no other. I mean, I know it's set up to be a maze, but it still gives me a huge amount of trouble every time I come in here. Darabim is saying if I was designing this game, I'd make the max number of missiles 255 just to mess with people. Well, funny story, Metroid Prime 2 has 255 missiles. Not 250. And quite frankly, I only discovered that by accident. Alright. Wave Buster. Still my favorite weapon. Alright, and now I think we need to head back into... Yeah, it's gonna tell me, go check out this temple and find out that there's a fetch quest that you were supposed to be doing all along. Yeah, which I know. Anywho, gotta head back to the Pirates Research Corps. Honestly, I did this pretty well because the only items I have left to collect are all in Phendrana here, including the last 2 missile packs. So, not to toot my own horn, but... Yeah, you guys can keep firing at me. I actually just don't give a shit at this point. Just don't knock me off the platforms. That's all I ask. I took the wrong door. This is funny. This is the first time ever the pirates have watched me go and decided not to come after me, and then I come back. Unfortunately for them, I electrocuted the shit out of them. Because I am done screwing around now. Alright, is this... Yeah, Research Corps. Alright. So we gotta fight our way back through the pirate lair one last time. Yeah, Gremlins is saying she loves the music in this game, or maybe just in Phendrana, I'm not sure, but I love both. My favorite bit of music in the game is actually the Talon Overworld, what's called the Talon Overworld Depths. I think I talked about how they use the music design to cue how deep into the game you are. Where each broad region of the world has several different songs that play depending on how far into it you're in. Long corridors and tabletop gaming don't really work unless you plant traps every 10 feet or so. Otherwise, you just narrate it quickly and move on. Well, that's the thing. Like, okay, you obviously have to... you know, you have to design for your audience. There's certain or your medium. There's certain tricks that video games use that will not work well at a tabletop role-playing game, but there's other things that they do that would work amazingly well that just haven't found their way there. And for some reason I'm drawing a blank on examples. Oh, I actually hit him with that shot? I didn't realize that. I was looking for the Metroid. I couldn't see him because he was dark. I want to make a Ghostbusters joke there, I think. Where the hell are you going? I honestly hate... I think this whole... I'm pretty sure this whole area is still dark because of me knocking out the power. It is cool how they hang off the ceilings. I mean, that... You know, that was always a thing, though. Like, the space pirates in Super Metroid could crawl on the walls. So... Oh my god, I almost uttered the words, "It's canonical." Which... Which, when people utter those words, that, you know, "it's canonical," I just want to slap them, so... There is actually, I'm reminded of, as I was playing through Echoes, there is this neat enemy called a Resbit. And you encounter it in one area of the game, and it's actually like a mobile computer virus. Did I get turned around and come back the way I had... I did, didn't I? Awkward. And what it does is, if you let it stay still for a moment, it'll actually download a virus into your suit that will start causing your screen to, like, freeze and jump and what have you. And then you have to hit a particular button sequence. It's the same button sequence every time. You just hold down 3 buttons to reboot Samus's suit, and then it goes through a boot up sequence. It's just really neat. I'm not sure if I want to do a stream of Echoes. But I guess as I'm getting close to the end of this one now, I gotta kind of decide that I'm gonna do something next. The thing is, as I liked Echoes well enough, but it's definitely a weaker entry than this game. And there are some definite failings that it makes. Alright, so meanwhile, now with the plasma beam, we can melt the ice here. And we can see over there large fuel cells. Yeah, O-Dog says you essentially control Alt-Delete the suit, and that's exactly what it is. Terabim says Angry plays Pokemon. Yeah, that's not gonna happen. I've tried a few times to play Pokemon, and I just can't get into it. It's cute. I mean, it's good enough, and it's got neat mechanics to it, but I don't know. I just don't have... What I've discovered is I don't have the patience for turn-based RPGs anymore. Because I tried to go back and play Earthbound again, and I absolutely love Earthbound. And it does not hold my attention. I went back, I tried to play Dragon Quest 7, or not at 7, 8. The one on the PlayStation 2. It was really, like, one of the most amazing RPGs. And like, I couldn't get through it. I got most of the way through Final Fantasy VII, not too long ago. But again, I just don't have the patience for it. Please, I just gotta make sure I'm in the right... Yeah, okay. Suddenly discover I got turned around and I'm heading back the wrong way again. We'll hit the save point just in case. And I think we're down to, what? 2 missile packs and... DiceApp says Angry plays Final Fantasy VI. Yeah, I'm not going to do that. It's just, I cannot imagine it being fun to watch. You know, I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I know that there are people out there who do enjoy watching, like, the turn-based RPGs and stuff like that. It's like... But I try to limit myself to things that I would enjoy watching someone else play. And I just... Especially for how long, you know, Final Fantasy VI is, because, I mean, that's a good 30 or 40 hours to play through. I actually, one of the things I discovered, what was I trying to... I was playing Skyrim, I guess. And one of the things I discovered is that I actually don't have patience to spend more than, like, 20, 25 hours on a game. I can't actually believe that I finished Dark Souls because my final count was, I think, like 55 hours on it. You know, my first time through. Alright, guys. I actually feel worse about that, because you know, I killed some of them and then left the rest alive. Okay. Can I just leave? I don't need to deal with you, do I? No, okay. Ah, back out into the daylight. Wow, that jetpack was loud. You know, at this point, the pirates clearly have a very, very sizable force. You'd think they'd stop attacking me 3 at a time. Because I gotta figure, like, 70 pirates at once would be a little bit more than I could handle if they all just, like, swarmed at once. Alright, so now... So now this block of ice... Oh, that's a power bomb expansion? Well, crap on a cracker. Oh no, okay. I was just panicking that I actually had missed something. Alright. So we're gonna go and get the last artifact here, which... is actually back in this Chozo temple. There was a Chozo statue whose hands were frozen in position. And since the game helpfully tutorialized that fire beats ice, we can go back and get it now. Overshot the platform. Again. I'm getting a little impatient here. Where are you guys? There you are. Come on, other one. Oh, I like the reflection in the ice. I never noticed the reflection of the charging wave beam in the ice. Okay, so now we can melt the ice in the Chozo hands. And then, of course, we know what to do with We know what to do with Chozo with outstretched hands. And we have the final artifact now. And now with the final artifact, we're going to grab the final 2 missile packs, which are both very close. And then we're pretty much ready to beat the game. So one of the missile packs is right around here, frozen in the ice here. I love that disintegration effect when it happens. Whoops. Don't know why I can't. And those guys that you could previously only kill with the missiles, you can melt the ice with the plasma beam. And the last missile I guess power bombs are a little, or I thought power bombs would be a little bit of an overkill on this guy, but turns out no, he's okay with power bombs. Like, he didn't even seem to feel them. Are you dead? Yeah. And the final missile pack. Domestic says next I should do the entire Zelda series. And that's it! 100% all of the items. And then, in theory, there should be 1, 2, 3, 4 creature scans that I'm missing. And if that's all I'm missing, then I actually have I have 100%ed the logbook. And if not, I will cry. So I guess when I sign off and save, I'm going to just check the logbook quick and see. Mad Adventure is saying, congratulations. Yeah, don't congratulate me yet, because I might have missed a scan. Darabim says, what about the room with the 3 panels, 1 for each elemental beam weapon? I did get through all of those. Yeah, the final one, the one with the plasma beam, was the one that revealed the artifact. The ice beam reveals an energy tank, and the wave beam is what revealed the path forward. That was, by the way, called the Hall of Elders. So now we are going to head back to the ship to save there for the last time. And then at that point, I guess, I don't know. Maybe I should try to finish it up for tonight, huh? I don't know. How do you guys feel? You wanna see me conclude this tonight, or wait till next week? Darabim is saying, was that in the last hour of part 6? Yeah, that actually was, I believe, late in part 6, because it was after I picked up the plasma beam. Alright. You know what? I think I'm gonna try and complete the game. I'm like booking through here, huh? Sorry guys, I got a date with an artifact temple. Oh, damn it. Mistimed my jump, otherwise that would have been cool. I don't even care about the damage I'm taking. Of course... Monkey Nahito is asking, have I put any more thought into doing a streamcast thing? Oh, you mean the DM's streamcast kind of a thing? Yeah, I actually have, and I think it would be a fun idea. I haven't yet had, because of the various disasters this week, I have not been able to get the DMG discussion up on YouTube yet. So I don't know how well it's been received, but I think that, yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and start doing it. I'm gonna schedule it, you know, I'm gonna figure out a regular night to do it on, and just be like, you know, every night, you know, like every Tuesday night or some shit like that. And then, of course, I'll just archive it on the YouTubes. So now we are heading back through the Chozo ruins for the last time. The third beetle that I didn't actually disintegrate. I wonder what, you know, like, I'm just picturing him, like, talking to all those words. Like, I don't know, she just, like, blasted through here. She cooked Barry. She killed Steve. And then she just ran past. They just popped out of the ground to say hello. I really like the look of the Phazon suit. I'm gonna admit that. I'm getting good at this firing from the hip business, huh? Okay, that time it took like 3 shots to do it, but... Alright. See, there is a chance, like... Obviously, I came down here chasing Ridley, so I have to confront Ridley before I can go deal with Metroid Prime. And there is a chance that I will not be... There is a chance that I will have trouble with Ridley. But you know what? Let's give it a shot. What the hell? So your ship, by the way, is sort of a unique save point in that it also refills all of your ammo and resources. And I just want to take a look here at the visor. Or at the creature. There should actually just be 4 missing entries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And look at that, I'm missing something. Well, damn. Well, damn.